Hello and welcome to the Tuesday 2 o'clock Tea and Talk. I am Aura McKay. I'm the founder of Business of Creativity, and I am looking forward to today's conversation about clients. We have been through, I think we're about week 8 or so of shelter in place, of most businesses being locked down, and in some areas of the world, things are starting to open up again. And no matter where we are in this journey, we're still having a lot of the same questions and concerns around, are our clients still our clients? Are the clients that we had in the before times still going to be the clients that are going to want our services, that are going to need us? And that are we still going to be able to do the same kind of work for the same kind of people moving forward? And it's a big, big question. And it's not something that we can blanketly answer and be like, oh yeah, if you're in this industry, the answer is yes. And if you're in this industry, the answer is no. And I think that especially for creative freelancers and solopreneurs, because that's the context in which we're having this conversation, we have a hard enough time identifying our clients in the best of economies. Hi, Monica. We have a hard enough time trying to figure out what our clients need and want in any kind of regular day, in any given day. A lot of the work that I do in my private coaching is helping my clients get really clear on who they serve and how they serve them. And what's happening is, like, for many of us, even if we've been in business for several years, it's almost like we're having to come back to that beginning place and try to find a way to match our desires, our skills with the marketplace and what the marketplace needs in terms of skills and passion. And many of us might be really out of practice with that process, or maybe we haven't done it before. Whenever you're looking at creating a business model, when you're looking at bringing your passion or self-expression or talents to the marketplace, we're looking at trying to connect what we want to do in terms of service with someone who wants to invest or who will see that service as valuable. So who we are and what we want to offer, and who they are and what they perceive as valuable. And with business, we're trying to connect those two things together. Usually we do that with marketing communications. And many of us have to come back to basics because who we are may have changed. The things that we're passionate about and we care about may have shifted over the last 8 weeks as we've been given the opportunity to kind of reflect and reevaluate and think about what the old normal was and what we might want to move towards. It's quite possible that the things that we cared about, the things that we kind of built our business model or the foundation of our business, may not be the same anymore. So I really encourage you, if you're trying to find clients that you can align with, you want to be pretty clear about who you are so that you know what alignment might look like. What most of us are struggling with is, but who are they? Who are the people out there in the marketplace that are going to see us and our services and our passion and our self-expression, and they're going to think, yeah, that is valuable. I need that thing. So who are the clients moving forward that are really going to appreciate, need, and want to invest in the kinds of creative expressions that we're bringing to the marketplace? So how do you do that? A lot of times, unless you have data, unless you have experience of working with a particular kind of client, you guess, really. I mean, we don't know until we actually go out and work for those clients or try to market or sell to them whether or not we're going to be able to create something that is a really great fit. But our best guess can be an informed guess. And often when we're trying to understand what does the marketplace need, who are our potential clients, we can start with some place that we are familiar with or aspirational with. So start with your past clients for this conversation, or have an idea in mind of who you would like to work with now based on who you are now. So get an idea of who that person might be, either a past client or a prospective client and get that sunk into your brain. And once you have that person in mind, start to try to put yourself in their shoes and imagine what they might possibly need going forward. And it might be exactly the same thing. It might be that they need exactly the same kind of services, but they need it in a different format or packaged differently. So I'm going to give you an example. So, a lot of my clients still need the kind of coaching and business strategies and marketing strategies that I offer in my 90-day programs. But a lot of my clients aren't really looking at being able to invest in that big of a program, or they don't want to make that 90-day commitment and they want a faster return on their investment, or they're looking for a more accelerated version of one of my programs. So when I look out in the marketplace and I think, okay, people don't necessarily have the time commitment and they don't necessarily have the same amount of financial trust. So my clients very well may have the money, but they may not have that same level of trust in investing in or spending, or is this a good way to move towards my goals? So two big things that may have changed with my clients and in my market. And if that's you, then you are absolutely in the same boat as many, many people. Now, I had to go out and ask my clients and kind of discover and learn and do some research to find out whether or not this was in fact the case for them. That I had to actually, here's my assumptions, here's what I think my clients might still need, here's what I think might have changed in terms of their attitudes and beliefs. And then I had to go out and ask them, hey, do you guys still think that, having a business plan or having clear marketing communications or understanding how to price for profit or set meaningful, are these things still important to you? And I know in my heart that they are, but I wanted to check in with them and I wanted to find out, do creative freelancers and solopreneurs, is this something you still need? And I really believe it is. And then I asked additional questions. What concerns do you have? What fears do you have? What are your current challenges and frustrations? And when I start to ask those kinds of questions and get really curious about what's going on for them, I started to see a pathway to solutions. I started to see that I could create something where there wasn't a huge investment right away, but I could still support them right away. I could start to see how I could maybe adjust the duration of my programs to still give them the commitment to implementation, to still be aligned with who I am and what I care about and my own values, but maybe adjust it a little bit. So not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, not having to pivot completely, but rather finding different ways of serving my clients by repackaging or adjusting my prices or creating smaller incremental ways for me to be able to serve and support them. And that may work for you. However, a lot of my clients are in the events industry. They're serving and supporting people who are mounting large-scale events. They're either wedding photographers, maybe they're doing videography at conferences, maybe they are event planners, maybe they are performers who perform at events, maybe they're photographers who are doing photo booths and roaming photography. Events, as we know it, are way down on the list of possibilities in terms of those large-scale, big-ticket items. So when that's your industry and you're in this place of, are my clients still my clients? Do my clients still even want me? It may be a tougher decision. It may be that you can't think of solutions or ideas on your own and you need to get into conversation with people and maybe co-create solutions. So if you're serving the industry that is the events industry, I invite you to reach out and have conversations with your past clients or with prospects and have the conversation that goes something like, hey, we're both in the events industry. I'm looking for new ways to serve and support my clients. I'd love to have a conversation where we can maybe brainstorm ways that I can help you survive and thrive in your business. So if you're wanting to engage clients in a new way. If you're wanting to discover what is it that your clients really need and want from you, I would start with giving your best guess, downloading, writing down all of your assumptions, all of your beliefs. I would start to put yourself in their shoes. Imagine what these current circumstances are doing for them and how that might be impacting them. And then I invite you to reach out from an attitude and intentionality of really supporting them and their business. And it may not be with your services. So, said another way, when we really truly reach out with the intention to support others, sometimes supporting others means connecting them to a different service. Sometimes supporting others means, giving them a new contact or a resource. And sometimes it can mean that we can actually provide them with a service. Start with the conversation from the intention of discovery, not an intention of sales. You don't really have anything to sell if you're still in the place of who are my clients and how do I serve them. I invite you to first get connected with who your clients can be, and then we can start working on what kind of services and how might I package it and how might I price it. So this week, the Tuesday 2 o'clock Tea and Talk is all about inviting you to start getting curious about your clients and who are they and what they might want. Next week, we're going to continue the conversation on clients, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what do they want and what do they need? What kind of problems might they have now versus what they've had in the past? What kind of results or outcomes might they want now? And save the date, because coming up June 1st to 5th, I have created a 5-day challenge. I am going to set you guys up for success in terms of having confidence with your pricing, making sure that you're pricing for profitability, feeling good about your value, and being able to set meaningful sales targets in your business. So that is coming June 1st to 5th. All of these Tea and Talks are to try to set you up to be able to fully leverage and participate in the challenge. We're gonna, again, start thinking about who your clients are. Next week, we're going to talk about what problems they might have or results that they want. Then we're going to start getting into what kind of packages and services. And we will cap it off with a 5-day challenge on how to price those services and how to set meaningful sales targets. So I am excited to see you next week for the Tuesday 2 o'clock Tea and Talk. Please use the comment section if you have thoughts and ideas, if you learned something, if you still have questions. I am here for you, and I look forward to connecting. My name is Aura McKay, and I am the founder of the Business of Creativity, where we help you bridge that gap between your creative genius and running a successful business.